Hi Tracy, this is Christina. This is a video that I was mentioning about in the group, offering some suggestions on how to improve your online presence. I did a little bit of research, so I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. Now, as we know, any consumer, if they're looking for a service or a product, they go to Google and they type in a keyword in the search bar there. And for example, your future consumer is going to be typing in cat sitter Amherst, New York, right? Your local area. Now, when we see a location at the end of that, that tells us that that is a local consumer looking for a local business, right? So they have that higher buyer intent. They're looking for that service right away. They're not looking like on a national scale, right? Just kind of browsing the web. So let me show you some areas within Google that are really important. Now, these are ads and they're great, but I really don't know if they would be really necessary for the type of industry you're in. But what's really important is this section right here. Now, this is what we call Google Map Pack. Now, these are business profiles or Google business profiles. If you do not have one, I would definitely recommend creating one. This section right here does get the most visibility and the most clicks overall because, again, this consumer is looking for a company or service right away. So they're going to be contacting which one's the most visible. And because each of these ones in this section have like the reviews present, right? And they have the map over here just based on statistics, they do get the most clicks, okay? And essentially they're going to get the most outreach or customer outreach, right? And essentially, of course, converting to new clients every month. Now, I don't know if you have one. Actually, let me just check here quickly. Oh, there you are right there. Okay, so never mind. You do have one. I was going to go on a tangent there. Um, so you're just about at the top there. So there's a number of ways on how you can really get your Google business profile kind of bumped up in that Google Map Pack. Would be one, respond to your reviews. Make sure you're commenting back, thanking them. Make sure that your business description is 750 characters. Make sure that you do weekly posts. So any photos, branded photos, things like that, and that they're geo-tagged to your area. And then also too, something that we do for our clients, and you can definitely do this on your own, is what we call citations. So that's your address. Now I don't, whoop, sorry, my phone there. Now that's your address, your phone number, your website, your email address. Now I know you don't have a brick and mortar, right? So you don't have your address present because obviously you're more service based, right? You go to the consumers' homes, but whenever you're doing, well, actually, let me back up here. So that citation for your business, that information, whenever you give that information out to as many directories as possible, such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, right? It's like a popularity contest with Google. So the more that they see you listed, the more that they'll consider you popular, right? So you kind of bump up your rating. And the more that you're listed above your competitors, then the higher chance that Google's going to see you as more popular and rank above them, right? So I don't know if you've done citations, but that I definitely recommend that to really get into that Google Map Pack to get more visibility. Okay, so those are some things I would recommend. And then I just want to see here because you did have a website to see if you were in what this section is called the organic. So these are, okay, so you're down there. And again, these are essentially websites that have Google's requirement of the content and have the keywords within it, right? As we see like pet staying Amherst, right? So a number of ways on how to improve your ranking there would make sure, now since we're talking about your website, let's go ahead and take a look at it here. So this is your home page. Okay, so the one thing you could do to get your ranking higher, right? So you're in that top position within the organic listings is to get content on your site. So especially on your homepage, Google likes a minimum of 1,500 to 2,000 words of content, and make sure you have that keyword in there. So like cat sitter and your location, right? And have it about 13 to 15 times on your site. And then Google, the more that they see that keyword, they're going to start ranking you higher for that keyword, okay, for that search result. And I did also see that you do other service areas. One thing I would recommend would do a back page here. You don't necessarily need to have it visible because it's not for consumers. It's mainly to get your broaden your customer outreach, right? So you're coming up in the search results for those other service areas. Put content on there. It could be the same content you have on your homepage. It's just replace the Amherst with those locations, right? So that again will really help you rank within those areas. Okay. Now taking a look here, this is the data that's going on to your site behind the scenes. Now this is a paid program I pay for every month. It helps me with my research and my website audits, and it shows me the data to how your website is working for you. And as you can see here, you get about 15 people going to your website every month. based off of the keywords you have on your site. Now, let me just see here which keywords you have. So these are branded keywords, right? Branded keyword. Looks like there's not a lot of search volume for that. And then kitty care as well, okay? So as you can see, you do have keywords, but they're not really, they're not ranking within your site. Versus somebody just typing in like your business name, you're going to come up, obviously. But whenever somebody's looking up kitty care, you're not coming up. You're like on the second page, okay? Within this one here. Now this is kitty care combined, so that doesn't really have search volume. But let me show you here some other variations of keywords to really get your website optimized. Now this is a competitor I saw within your area. They were in that Google map pack there. Now obviously she does dogs and other animals, but taking a look at the amount of people that's researching her site, or excuse, not researching, but going to her site every month, okay? That's a good amount of traffic. That's significant. Now, if you look at the keywords she has on her site, what's driving the traffic, as you can see, those are branded sites. So this is what we call buyer intent keyword. Like I talked about doing those back pages with those service areas, right? So for example, she does Buffalo. So she's coming up in the search results for Buffalo, and that is a higher populated area, right? So that's really broadening her customer outreach, okay? You can see there's Buffalo's cat sitter, okay? Um, you don't know, you really want to focus on the cat. And there's a buffalo, but she sends a really focus on the buffalo area. But you get the idea, right? So getting, again, those service pages, or excuse me, the back pages with the service areas, again, will really help bring traffic in. And then also, too, getting that cat sitter Amherst on your homepage and some of the things I mentioned about your Google business profile, I think will definitely improve traffic to your site. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Take care.